Welcome to the Layman series, a platform where the views and opinions of all the layman's and simple people are discussed and shared. Thank you for your time. In this session of macro theology, we would like to discuss about the topic Why God Needs a Son, Part 3. In the Part 1 and 2 of our series, we discussed about the judgment of God on the man and the woman and the devil. And the judgment on the devil was the reason why God needed a son. And the judgment the Lord made on the devil was that the seed of the woman will crush his head. And in the part 2 of this topic, we discussed about what is the seed of the woman and who it is and why God had to use the seed of the woman and not the seed of the man. So, if you have not seen the part 1 and part 2 of this topic, we request you to watch it in full so that you will have a better understanding on this subject and in what we are going to discuss now. In this session, Why God Needs a Son, Part 3, we would like to discuss on the need that God has to crush the devil. As we discussed, since God made man on this earth, God wanted to have a fellowship and relationship with man. But unfortunately, man broke the law of God and fell from his grace and fell under the authority of the devil. Since man fell from God's fellowship, God immediately did a sacrifice and shed blood to cover the shame of man and the woman by clothing them with garments to cover their sin. But this sacrifice that God did was temporary. It was not a permanent solution. And then again, the heart of man grew wicked and evil every day that God had to destroy the whole world by using a great flood and start the relationship with man all over again. And after the great flood, instead of man repenting and maintaining a relationship with God, man became even more wicked and evil in all the works he did and in every thoughts he had. Man was cruel against man, deception, deceiving each other, killing each other. And God engaged a man by the name of Moses to use for his purpose to get man back on track by giving Moses a set of commandments and rules. God gave Moses a set of sacrificial laws which required that whenever a man committed a sin against God, he had to offer a sacrifice of blood. And God said that the life of the flesh is in blood. Therefore, he requires blood for the remission of sins. And despite this law, man couldn't get his acts in order, yet committed more and more sin and made God so angry that there was no other option that God can take but to execute his judgment he did on the devil at the creation of man. Then God's judgment was put into action 2000 years ago when the seed of the woman, Jesus Christ, came into this world and offered his own sacrifice, his own blood, for the remission of the sins of mankind, and bring man back to fellowship with God as God wanted, and that whoever believes in him and the sacrifice that Jesus did will be saved, and whoever does not believe in the sacrifice and the blood that Jesus shed for him will be damned. Then you might ask, okay, if Jesus is the Son of God, the seed of the woman, and has come into the world and shed his blood as the remission of sins for the whole mankind as God wanted, then why do we have all the wickedness going on around still? Why is all the evil works of the devil going on around in the world? Why is it not that the whole earth has been turned into the original state, the Garden of Eden? I'm glad you asked a good question. This is the reason why. Because when Jesus came in to address the temporary solution for the sin, the original sin from where man fell from God, God offered a sacrifice of a lamb to cover the shame of the man and the woman as a temporary solution. But when Jesus came, his blood was a permanent solution for the sins of man. And whosoever believes in his sacrifice will be saved, and who do not believe the sacrifice that Jesus gave for his sins will be damned. And this is the reason why we still have the wickedness and the unlawful nature of man in the world today. But Jesus is coming back again, this time not as the Lamb of God, but as the King of the universe. And he is going to finally put the devil under his feet and make an end of all his activities and bring man back to God and his original purpose. We believe we have given you a very hot topic to think about and to analyze the information you have got and to comment and let us know what you think on this. All the acts of Jesus Christ in the future is written in black and white and plain, that everybody who has an open heart will be able to see how these things are coming to a close. We will be sharing this information on our next videos to inform you and to get your comments. Until then, we meet again in our next video. We thank you for watching and be blessed and see you soon. Bye-bye.